Segment 1 R34 Definition and Overview. The saying goes, if it exists, there's porn of it. Which implies that anything we create will inevitably have their own cheek counterpart. Yet, recent titles like Conquer and similar series have thrown a wrench in that theory. It's wild, right? For the first time, this rule seems to have been shattered. It's hilarious on one hand, but also a bit cringeworthy to see such a rule get broken. Now, if we're talking about my own fun game, which, by the way, has no R34 version since I'm just a rookie individual novel creator with only 2 games out there, that's one thing. But we're discussing Sony here, the powerhouse behind one of the biggest gaming console on the planet. Alright, enough the ranting. This channel is about thoughtful discussion, so let's dive into it by highlighting some good examples, addressing the issues, and hopefully finding some solutions along the way. Honestly, I'm still blown away by Conquer. Typically, in R34, there are no exceptions whether a character is unattractive, overweight, or LGBTQ+. There's a niche for everything. Even Scat has its own dedicated following, no offense intended. So what's the deal with Conquer? Let's break it down. Let's kick things off by diving into what I consider the pinnacle of character design in R34 media. You'll probably agree with me that Overwatch 1 stands as the ultimate masterpiece when it comes to a diverse cast of characters. You know how it goes, right? People are always like, hold up, she came from a game? Then there are iconic solo figures like Lara Croft before the Netflix adaptation, and Tifa Lockhart before she got toned down. Don't forget about memorable side characters like Ada Wong and the recent sensation from the Resident Evil universe, Lady D. The list is extensive. While Lady D came from a well-established franchise, the ripple effect of R34 often flew under the radar for the average person, even though her fan service art became a hot trend leading up to the game's launch. On the flip side, for new intellectual properties, the R34 phenomenon has proven to be a powerful marketing strategy, as seen with titles like Atomic Heart. And yes, I'm referring to the twin robot duo. Segment 2, R34 Community. The R34 community is without a doubt one of the most chill groups out there.
Stay out there! Man, they put booby physics on these zombies, man. They went. They know. They knew what they were doing with this. Jesus Christ! Bugger off, love. Oh, nice. There we go. Damn, these zombies are thick.
If you've ever heard phrases like, hear me out, doing something with one hand, or somebody really knows what they're doing, you know they can take on a whole new fight when it comes from this crowd. Those words often hint at some rescue teams, which might raise eyebrows among outsiders who don't quite get the essence of R34. This misunderstanding can lead to some unfair judgment, labeling them as oddballs. But that's not the full story.
You mess with the ball, you get the horns.
Sure, they have their quirks, but at their core, they're genuinely good people. They often say, I wouldn't harm a fly. But for them, that line continues with, I wouldn't harm a fly, instead, I'd turn it into a waifu and have a blast. So yeah, while they might entertain some cheeky thoughts, They keep it all in good fun and know where to draw the line. If you dive into their comments on posts, be it images, videos, or writings, you'll notice that most reactions are surprisingly positive. There's hardly any bullying, and the classic chain comments still thrive. Unlike the typical social media chaos filled with fights and slurs, well, here, any slurs that pop up are often used in a light-hearted way. This means the comments tend to be constructive, and when criticism arises, it's delivered respectfully, focusing on the issue without throwing shade at the creators. This behavior is undeniably genuine, especially when they step outside the R34 related platforms. Take a look at any video that even remotely touches on R34 themes, whether featuring a fictional character or a real individual, and you'll see them acting all civilized, often greeting each other in the comments with phrases like, "Gentlemen, we meet again." It's crucial to recognize that this community is far from small. In fact, it's often underestimated just how large it really is, as few legal surveys can accurately capture its scope, and most users prefer to remain anonymous while navigating this content. If you can tap into what these individuals are seeking, there is a massive marketing opportunity waiting for you. Seriously, if you overlook their interests, you're missing out on something big. Now let's move on to the next topic, segment 3, R34 Consideration on character design. The clear reason why a character can be instantly deemed goonable is their appealing form. And before you jump to conclusion, I'm not just referring to the male perspective. This applies to both male and female characters. Or should I say, it spans across various genders, if you recognize more than two. The R34 community doesn't care about your sexual orientation or political beliefs. We're just here to enjoy the gooning experience. When it comes to the allure of a character, the backstory plays a crucial role. It's not just about whether the lore is good or bad, it's about how captivating it is. In the realm of Rule 34, if the lore is compelling, like a character who's too pure, or one who holds a position of power, such as queen or king, or even a serious figure like a female soldier, everything can shift dramatically. R34 content, especially videos, has the power to transform an innocent character into someone engaging in sexual activities, regardless of whether it aligns with their established persona. If the community craves to see a different side of that character, you can bet it will be brought to life. We're diving into character design now. Just a heads up, I'm not a pro in this field, just an everyday person who loves to draw big boobs. If you follow this channel or my other social media, including Instagram, you can catch a glimpse of what I look like in real life. When I'm not sketching my original characters, I usually whip up fan art of female characters. And let me tell you, I always aim to give every female character at least a G-cup size. Whether they're from fiction or real life.
Huh?
Sorry about that one. So instead of calling me an artist, feel free to call me a boobist.
Bruh.
Instead of focusing on my own design skills, let's take a moment to reflect on the iconic game we all know, Overwatch. It boasts a plethora of characters, but for the sake of brevity, I'm zeroing in on Mei. Why her? Because her design beautifully blends contrasting elements. Let's break it down. Mei portrays that classic nerd vibes, complete with glasses and a subtle facial expression. Now, when we discuss appeal, being a nerd might not scream excitement, but Mei's design flips the script. She's not just about that nerdy aesthetic. She's also a curvaceous character. This is where her designer shines, by counterbalancing the less alluring aspect of nerdiness with her undeniable sexiness. The combination of being nerdy and busty creates a unique allure that transcends the ordinary. It's a clever design choice that elevates May beyond your typical character. Think about it. Incorporating that tantalizing aspect can truly enhance the overall intrigue of a character. Once you start pondering the potential for R34 in character design, it shifts your perspective on media entirely. Segment 4. R34, the ultimate definition of entertainment. R34 content stands as a formidable escape from relentless grind of everyday life, reminding us of the true essence of entertainment, to create a refuge where we can temporarily cast aside our burdens. When we dive into an enthralling movie, an adrenaline-pumping game, or a captivating show, we should feel ourselves whisked away to a space where our worries and challenges fade into oblivion. This is the enchantment of entertainment. It enables us to reset our minds, granting us the liberty to bask in joy and thrill, even if just for a brief moment. In a world that often feels like a whirlwind, the core of entertainment lies in its power to lift our spirits and enrich our experiences. Whether we are cracking up at a comedy, rallying behind our favorite team, or getting lost in a gripping narrative, these joyful moments remind us that life can be a thrilling ride. The true allure of entertainment isn't just in the pleasure it provides, but in its ability to elevate our mood and offer a much-needed break from the chaos around us. Ultimately, entertainment transcends mere leisure. It's an essential part of our well-being. It beckons embracing the joy that entertainment brings. We can nurture a richer, more fulfilling life where even the toughest day can be softened by a hearty laugh or a breathtaking performance. So, let's honor the power of entertainment and let it remind us of the beauty and excitement life has in store. I am Rust. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the line.